What's up guys, my name is Gabriel DeFiore and today I'm going to be doing a toy dirt bike tutorial on how to whip a toy dirt bike in many different ways. Alright guys, quick break in today's video for the giveaway really quick. Check it out. Alright, moment of truth right here. Alrighty, so we're just going to take her out of the box really quick. So something did fall off. The only thing that is off is the skid plate. Woo! Got a big Honda before. This thing is freaking sick. And yeah, this is going to be cool. Alright guys, so really quick I'm going to give you the information on what you need to do real quick just to enter in for this bike right here. First, you need to share this with 2 of your friends or someone. Like the video, subscribe if you're not, and comment down Honda Red below to enter. So that's all you gotta do. Honda Red underneath in the comments below. That's how I know you'd be entering for this awesome bike right here. For bonus credit, everyone just gets 1 enter, but just for something else for extra credit, if you guys want to, if you guys have TikTok, make sure you just tag me in a video or something like that. That'd be great. That would help just spread the word in my channel and stuff, and spread the word for me also. That'd be cool. Doing more giveaways like this in the future. I've won in the past. Just have any ideas for another one, just let me know and I'll be able to make sure it works. Alright guys, so we have the graphics now all printed. I already put the front part on. This is now the back section. I've got the back fender and everything else printed. Side plates, you got the swing arm, you got the front forks, and you just got the exhaust right here. Pretty insane. I can't wait to see how this bike turns out. And then yeah, you guys will see the ending product right here.
I don't need a rollie on my wrist. Perfect timing, God with the assist. I've been working since I was a kid. I just gotta keep my head up. Running, I'm never gon' let. I'll never feed the haters cause they fed up. They still tryna find a way to win. I did God, that's when it all begins. I don't need a rollie on my wrist. Perfect timing, God with the assist. I've been working since I was a kid. I just gotta keep my head up. Running, I'm never gon' let. I'll never feed the haters cause they fed up. Yeah, I got them fed up for real. Running around, but I'm the passenger now. Cause Jesus done took the wheel. What is it now? I know they all want the crown. It's heavy like 200 pounds. You in or you out, you better stop running your mouth. I got wings, ain't no shooting me down. Heaven sent, I'm a saint. Leave it all in the paint. In my bag on the way to the bank. If you chase, then you know your fate. Super size, we don't gotta aim. They see us coming on, what a flame. Got a vibe with the gang. You know my name, you don't know my pain. They counted me.
So guys, as you saw on the beginning right there of the cool edit I just made for the giveaway video, that is what it looks like. It came out so sick, guys. I'm super stoked on how it came out. The cool part is that one of you guys are going to be able to get this bike, one of you lucky winners. So yeah, if you guys entered for this bike, all you got to do is just comment Honda Red below, tag you in a video on TikTok. If not, it's totally fine. Just subscribe, like the video, and send it to someone else. And yeah, thanks for watching today's video, and back on with the rest of the video. Thanks, guys. So the first whip that we're going to learn is the classic old school whip. So what this whip's going to be is basically like you would in real life. This is like basically the first beginner whip that anyone would learn. Like me, for instance, I just learned this whip last year. So the first part of whipping is obviously your approach up to the jump. So if you look over here, the jump face is obviously the key part in main opponents on how you're going to take off. So when you come off the jump, you're going to want to come straight to it, but then as you come up the face, you're basically going to want to diagonally cut off to it, whatever side you're ripping off of. So for instance, I'm using my right hand right here, so you're going to want to cut off to the right, and what that basically does, that lets your bike come underneath you, and then basically from there, you'll be able to do the regular whip. Alright, so the next key point for number 2 is going to be your setup in the air. So for this classic old school whip, if you will, you're gonna basically, while you're in the air, maneuver your hand so when you come off of it, it's gonna be below the bike. So basically what that does, you give more action for when you're about to land into landing. So when you're landing, when you're in the air, and your bike is basically just in the air, just flat like this, what you're gonna wanna do now to bring it around is basically you're gonna wanna curl in your finger, and what that does, it lets the bike to maneuver upside down almost, and then into the motion to come back under you. So once you've made maneuver your finger in, the bike will come now upside down, and the bars will come into your palm of your hand. And then once it gets to there, basically, you're just gonna push in with your back 3 fingers, and then land off smoothly. Alright, so if you look over here, the face of this jump is steeper than this one right here. So what we had to do is to make it more functional for this whip. As you come off of it, for the setup, you're going to want to come off of it and basically set up later than sooner. So with the old Clash whip, you would basically set up right here, but basically you're going to be setting up right here. You're not even going to be doing that much when you're coming off the lip. So when you're in the air, as soon as you come off the lip, your bike's gonna be kind of normal in the air, a little bit slanted. So basically once you get probably 1 to 2/4 in the air, all you're gonna wanna do is just bring in your finger and drop your hand more. What that's gonna do is let the bike really get upside down and look like you're throwing it like the X Games whippers or like Axel Hodges. So you really look like you know what you're doing on a toy dirt bike, but not like a real dirt bike. So now with the landing, you are now upside down, your fingers are brought in, your pointer finger is brought into your thumb. Now what you're gonna do, you're upside down. So basically what we're gonna do now is just basically rotate the hand forward. That'll bring the wheels forward. And now what you're gonna do from there is just push the back end in. And what that'll do, that'll let the bike to set in like this. And then basically you'll just be able to float back down into it. And this will all happen in the faster motions. This whip will probably take a little bit longer to, you know, get used to and to make it more fluent and not so choppy. Alright, so now this whip is going to be everyone's favorite, the Oppo. So now with this Oppo, what you're going to want to have is also a steep face for it so you can come off of the approach decently. So when you come off of the jump for an Oppo, you're basically just want to be straight. So what that does for you is let you have your turning access in the air a little bit better than if you went off diagonally. Because when you do a whip, you whip off and then basically you pull it back in to straight, because if you just went off diagonally with a turn up or an Oppo, you're basically not going to be bringing it back in like you would with a whip and like how you pull it back in on a toy dirt bike or on a real dirt bike. So with an Oppo of the approach, like I kind of just explained it, you're going to want to come off straight, and then as you're coming off straight, you're basically, when you're almost to the ramp, you're basically going to want to have your hand set to whatever side in like to your body. So my right hand is going to be set into my body like this. Outside whip or Oppo is just a lot harder and trickier for your hand motion because you're trying to pull into your body and you only got so much resistance or like flexibility in your wrist to bring it into your body. So when you come off, you're going to want to come up, hand set out like this. And basically as you come up, you're gonna want to turn your bars and just turn your hand up like this so you get that positioning and look to where it brings you out and your bike starts to float out like that. So we're gonna skip right to the end because in an Oppo, there's really no middle part to the whip. So basically all you're gonna do is go to the approach, right to the end. So to do the end, all you gotta do is basically just turn your bar in and let the bike just float in. So basically you're just going to use that pointer finger muscle just to basically push just a little bit the top of the bar so it brings it back in and points you down. You don't want to use your whole hand to bring it in because it looks really choppy, and that's what makes it look bad, and that's why I'm teaching you guys on this tutorial, because I know a lot of kids out there that just don't look good when they do the toy dirt bike whips. So come off, just point down with your middle or your pointer finger, and then just steer it right back into the landing. You'll be golden. Alright, so the last final whip is going to be the turn down. Alright, so the approach for your turn down, it really doesn't matter for a steep face or a mellow face. I prefer the mellow face more because it keeps less strain off of your wrist, as funny as it may sound. So, your approach, you're gonna wanna come up straight to it, and basically, instead of curving out of your body, you're gonna wanna curve a tiny bit into your body so you can get that impact of you turning the bars and it coming back into your body and basically looking backwards. So, when you're in the air for this one, you're gonna be turned backwards basically in the middle of your length of your jump. So, you're up here, you're waiting to get back here, you're ready to be landing. So, all you basically wanna do is just turn your bars and just basically slowly push your fingers in and slowly move your wrists. So basically that full motion together with the fingers and wrist and putting your finger back will make it super smooth and easier for it to bring it back and to look not choppy. All right, so now basically you are coming down to land. All you gotta do is basically just make sure you are turned into it and able to land. If you're not all the way turned into it and you're coming down like this, just push it the rest of the way with your fingers so you don't swap out. Alright, thanks guys for watching today's video. If you'd like to see any more tutorials on toy dirt bikes or a snowmobile or anything else on this channel, just let me know in the comments down below, or just DM me on TikTok or possibly YouTube if you can. A fun trail bike can also be used for jumping and motocross, but that is it for today's video. And like always, my name is Gabriel Di Fiore, and have a great rest of your day.